G'day and welcome to D.U.S. Down Under Sports. I'm Christopher Spreezy and I'm joined with
Stelios.
Good to see you, mate.
Likewise. We're finally back into it.
Finally back. It's been a busy week and a half in the NBA, hasn't it?
Action-packed.
Action-packed. Should we get started?
Let's get right into it.
Alright, cool. Let's talk about Kyrie Irving dropping 50 in his first game.
First game, dropping the big 5-0. What a way to introduce yourself to the Brooklyn faithful.
I mean, it was just an incredible game. Just everything about that game. They lost.
They did lose in OT to the Wolves.
But it was, oh my god, it was what a way to start the season.
Incredible way. And imagine what that's going to be like. Imagine they had Durant this year.
Well, that's the thing.
Imagine what they'd be able to do. The 1-2 punch, Kyrie and Durant, that is a very fearful duo for next year.
Well, when Durant gets back next season, because he said that he's not playing at all this season, even if they make a deep run in the playoffs.
Has that been confirmed?
Yeah, he said that on First Take the other night. Is Kyrie and KD the best duo in the NBA?
When you think about how good they both are as scorers, they're both clutch, they can both take that shot.
Yep.
Once KD's fully fit, I think it's going to be... there's obviously many duos out there that can contend for this, but it's going to be hard to go against them.
I mean, it's going to be tough. Kyrie ball handling, knocking down the three. KD just being dominant, driving the lane, open shots, knocking him down, mid-range game. It's going to be really, really tough to face the Brooklyn, but that's next season. That's next season. Let's stay on this season. Yeah. Let's stay on this season. What about LeBron and AD? How's that going for you?
AD already chucked down a 40-20 game in 3 quarters. So.
First time 40 and 20 since Shaq.
It's fearful, isn't it?
It's only 2 games into the season and he's already...
Sending a message. Sending a message early to the rest of the comp that they're ready to ball this year.
Definitely. I mean, Lakers is going to be a tough team to face.
Now they're chucking Kuzma back into the lineup as well.
Come playoffs, I mean, they're going to be very, very tough. You can see slowly things are starting to turn around. It's early season, early few games in the season, but you could see they're finally getting some chemistry happening.
Well, they've got 82 games to work it, and come playoffs, I think they're gonna figure something out.
Definitely.
By that time.
I like the Lakers.
Talk about another duo who
hasn't
actually been on the park together yet, but when together, I think these guys are the best duo in the comp.
You're talking about Harden and Russ?
I'm talking about Kawhi and Paul George.
Nice!
You jumped the gun.
I jumped the gun. I mean, jeez. What are we going to do right now, honestly? Clippers are looking like early NBA champions to me. I mean, they're far and away the favourites for me.
They're my early tip as well.
Yeah.
Like, you've already seen Kawhi. He looks like he's the MVP right now. If he plays 70 games... I think he's going to win the MVP this year.
I don't...
He's the best. I think he's the best player. Currently, he's the best player in the NBA. He does everything. Defensively, offensively. He's got the best shot in the league as well.
I don't disagree with you. He's the most unstoppable force right now. Even more so than Giannis and LeBron. I mean, he's got the mid-range game.
We know that Giannis, once he gets that shot, he
doesn't have that shot yet.
Exactly. So that's why we've got Kawhi.
Kawhi's looking like the MVP, definitely. I mean, and Clippers looking scary, even without Paul George. So once he comes back in,
and then you got Harrell and Williams coming off the bench and doing their thing. That's scary.
The team is deep. The team is deep.
Runs very deep.
The team's deep.
Now let's go to your one, Harden and Russ.
Oh, we're going there now.
What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you like? What's your first impressions?
Well, Harden's already dropped 59 points. That game against Washington was crazy.
159, 158. Didn't even go to overtime.
Oh, that's crazy. But like I said, where's the defense? And come playoff time, when it's a defense-orientated league, April, May, and June, where's the defense going to come from? I see them, playing okay regular season. Harden's going to get his 50s. Russ is going to get his triple-doubles. But when it comes down to it in the playoffs, where's the stops coming from?
That's what I think as well. My biggest concern with them going into the playoffs is that defense.
Yeah.
And like you said, regular season, I think they're going to be right up there, top 3 seed. But come playoffs,
it's a different ballgame.
It is
a different ballgame. What about the Suns? I mean, this is another team that I love to watch.
They've taken everyone by surprise, haven't they? They've beaten the Clippers, who we think are going to be the potential champions.
Smashed Golden State.
Off the park.
Yep.
And they lost in OT against Denver, who, again, they're
in
Denver as well. So
They're playing very well.
Is it one of those ones where they start the year off and really well and they slide? But they've also lost Aiton as well to a 25-week 25 match suspension. So that'll be interesting to see if they can replace him. I think he's going to be a pivotal part to their squad.
I love Booker's game. I mean, his jumper's just so wet. So I mean, you know what I mean. But
I love Booker too. He's capable on a night like we've seen. He's already dropped 70 points in a game before. And the way he finished last year as well was very ominous coming into this year. I think he averaged almost 40 points for the last 10 games. He was doing putting up Harden type numbers.
And their point guard situation has upgraded slightly.
It has. So
not so much, but
they've got the World Cup MVP.
You've got to give him credit where credit.
I never really rated Rubio as being one of the top point guards in the league, but
he's an upgrade.
He's helping facilitate Booker's game, so definitely.
So
he's a big addition, I think, as well.
I agree. Keep an eye out for the Suns to see what they can do for the rest of the season. Should we go on to Trae Young? What do you think about his start?
What a start to the year. He's taken off. So from the middle of last year through the end of last year, it was almost arguable that he had on par a season with Doncic. Obviously, Doncic over the full 82 games last year was Rookie of the Year, clearly. But Trae Young, over those last 40 games, he put together incredible stat lines. And he started off unbelievable again this year.
For me, he's looking like a superstar in the making. He's just got that smooth, icy game. He can knock down the threes. He can
facilitate as well.
Yeah, he can penetrate. He can dish it out, like you said. I really like Trae Young's game, and I think that the Atlanta Hawks in the coming years will be a very exciting team.
I think so. So let me throw you a proposition.
What's that, mate?
Atlanta had the choice of going Doncic or Trae Young, and they decided to pass on and go with Trae Young instead. At this point in time, who would you rather take, Trae Young or Luka Doncic?
I mean, it's safe to say for the rest of their careers, they're always going to be compared. Doncic and Trae Young. It's just, the picks and the draft. You're going to always compare them. But if I was a GM and I had one pick, I could choose either Trae Young or Doncic, I would choose Doncic. But that's just me personally. What about yourself?
Personally, again, this is a very, very tough decision. Mm-hmm. But again, I'd probably go with Doncic as well. Yeah. I can't go past the fact that as an 18-year-old, he was EuroLeague MVP. He's come into the league and just dominating.
I think we're going to talk about Doncic a bit later on, but we agree on that.
Yes.
Should we go and talk about the Milwaukee Bucks?
It's been a bit of an interesting start to the year.
They're giving up big leads.
They have. They've done it not only once, they've done it twice.
And that's a bit worrying for me. I don't know. Do they have that ISO? Do they need that ISO player who can just take someone one-on-one and hit the open J? Or, I mean, they got shooting. I understand they got shooting, but I think there's something missing with Milwaukee.
They gave K-Mid the big 5-year deal. He's supposed to be that ISO type guy to knock down your shots. Yeah. But I think there's a different problem going on in Milwaukee at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like they're a bit too old.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at their starting lineup, you've got Brook over 30. You've got Wes Matthews over 30. You've got Bledsoe and Middleton who are pushing late 20s.
Yep.
And then the first 4 games of the year, they started off the bench.
Yep.
Korver, who's almost 40. George Hill, Ilyasova, Robin Lopez. All these guys over 30 years old.
They're no spring chickens, yeah.
And not only that, there's guys like Dante, DJ Wilson, Sterling Brown, who have been on the bench and haven't been thrown into the lineup at all. Today they were chucked into the roster against Orlando, and they made a good contribution off the bench. And I feel like when you get those 15, 20-point leads and you give them up, I feel like you need to inject a little bit of youth.
Correct.
To get that a bit of youthful exuberance, get a bit of that
spark.
Energy. Exactly. And just to try and change things up a little bit. So Budenholzer has chosen not to use them in the first 4 games, but I think going forward, he's definitely going to need to inject some youth into that team.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Milwaukee does for the rest of the season and come playoff time.
I still think they're a work in progress as well. They're nowhere near, like they don't have that same gel and cohesion that they had last year. Brogdon seems like he's going to be a massive loss.
Yeah.
But we'll see if they can figure something out.
I don't see them winning 60 games like last season.
It's going to be tough. Well, the way they've started this year, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Let's talk about Embiid and Cat.
A bit of Wednesday fight night.
Towns.
A bit of UFC action going on the NBA courts.
Yep. No, I mean...
What are your thoughts? Do you think they were a bit light on the 2-game suspension?
I think it should have been a 5-game suspension, and I think Ben Simmons should have got 2 games because he had
bit of a choker.
Yeah, the choke, the tap out happening, but the NBA wasn't seeing that. But look, it's good to have a bit of a scuffle every now and then. We don't want any malice in the palace type scenario. But
from Cat's perspective, I don't mind it because Cat's been in the past. He's had even Jimmy Butler, who's been calling him soft. There's been a little bit of commentary calling him a little bit soft. So I like he's showing a bit of like I'm the man. I'm not going to take your crap and beat. I'm going to stand up for myself and the team.
Definitely. And Embiid's a bit of a clown, hyping up the crowd and that. You gotta love it, what I mean? He's walking out after being injected, getting the crowd fired up. But it's a.
I thought that in itself, wouldn't the NBA be sort of trying to stamp down on just after
2 games? I didn't see that coming.
I thought they'd get. I think they're very lucky to get off with just 2-game suspensions, honestly. But
yeah. That's cool.
Set a bit of a precedent now. So if anyone wants to get an argy-bargy, it's only a
2 games. Suspension. Let's get it on. And we're only going to get a 2-game suspension. Let's move on to the Miami Heat. Okay, they're playing well.
Are they a bit of a sleeper in the East?
I think so. They're playing very well, and
without Jimmy Butler, he's only just come back into the team now. So the first few games, they beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee coming back off a 20-point deficit without Jimmy Butler in the team.
They've really surprised me, Stelio, and none. Talk about the steal of the draft. Undrafted, and he scored the most points after 5 games.
Of any undrafted
player. So that is...
He's had a hot start, to say the least.
That is a steal. Still in the draft. But, that's...
Surprised me with that one. I was wondering where this is going.
But where are we next? What's next?
So, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
What's wrong with Golden State?
What is wrong with Golden State?
Obviously, Curry going down, breaking his
hands. Very unfortunate.
Out for 3 months. Do you just say, look, we're done for the season. You won't come back.
Do you try and get a top draft pick?
Do you trade D.U.S too?
That's another thing.
I mean, you trade him? I think
they've just opened up a new centre now. They wanted to try and obviously they've had all that star power in the past. It would have been perfect to have that centre opening with your KDs, with Clay, with Curry, with Draymond. And now they've got all these unnamed rookies and they're just opened up a new stadium. So
I mean, it's just
is there a chance that they're going to have the worst record in the league this year? Especially with Curry having gone down.
I don't think so, because they got D'Lo and they got Green still playing. I think the worst record's going to go to Charlotte. But Warriors have dominated for the past, 5-6 years?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been the pinnacle of the NBA.
They have.
I mean, it's always ebbs and flows. You're always going to be a good team and a bad team. So I don't think they are obviously not in rebuilding mode, because Steph's coming back, Clay's coming back.
Well, for
this season,
But even when Steph was playing, they were still blown off the court by Phoenix. They don't look anywhere near the team they've been in the past, which we predicted that going into the season.
Yeah.
But now with Steph obviously going down, I think they should think about rebuilding, try and see who of their young players is actually going to do something going forward.
Steph's not that young too. I mean, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
So what do? You're in an awkward position, but I still think
they'll
have another run next season with Clay, Steph, Draymond.
I think it'll be almost like a blessing in disguise. Yeah. So they give these younger guys a go. Who can help them out going forward? Who they can chuck off the bench or even in a starting lineup position to help out? Yeah, Clay when he's back, Curry when he's back, Draymond obviously plays a lot better.
And have another crack next season
around him. Exactly. So this might be a blessing in disguise.
I agree with you. So in today's action, Dallas and Los Angeles Lakers.
What a game that was.
Classic game. It was really, really good. Doncic and LeBron both scoring triple doubles.
And there's a bit of history, mate.
There is. Youngest and oldest players scoring triple doubles.
To score 30, 10 and 15 in the same game.
Yeah. You know how much older LeBron is to Luka?
I'd say around 15 years.
14 years and 60 days.
Wow.
So that's some NBA history for you guys out there, which you don't see too often, so that was a pretty cool thing to see.
And it was, what a finish as well. Danny Green hitting the three with just with a few seconds left on the clock. I think they were very lucky as well.
Overtime, yeah.
They were very lucky as well because I think there was a offensive foul there that wasn't called. Dwight Howard pulling back Curry as he was about to contest the shot.
You got to get lucky sometimes.
Where was the challenge? Why did they not have the challenge ready to use in that exact situation?
I agree.
Why would you use your challenge before the last 2 minutes of the game? I do not understand. But that's a question.
You want that 2 minute warning like the NFL does, do you? Another challenge in the last 2 minutes of the game. And what about your second favourite squad?
The Kings.
The squad that you rave about, that you love.
The Kings have finally got to win.
They've
got to win. So they're making their charge towards the playoffs.
So we'll see them in April, May for the playoffs.
Well, there was a chance they were going to lose 82 games straight. So I'm just thankful they're on the board.
That's good.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely good that they got to win. My team, Memphis, has been a bit unlucky.
They've been playing well.
They have been playing well.
Jaren Jackson Jr. has found himself in a little bit of foul trouble. Like if he can stay out of foul trouble, he'll be throwing down the big stat lines and then potentially going for the most improved. But my man for most improved is Brandon Ingram.
Well, I was just going to talk about my Memphis Grizzlies.
Yes.
So give me a second before you talk about your Ingram. My boy Ja, I got a copy jersey. Just throwing it down, jamming it on everyone. And he had a great battle with Kyrie the other day. So I just wanted to throw it out there that he's playing very well. And your Pelicans.
I wouldn't call them my Pelicans. I'd just say that the most improved play this year, I had it between Tatum, Ingram, and Fox.
Yep. And you chose Tatum, didn't you?
I chose Tatum, but if Ingram keeps doing what he's doing, I think he's chucking down lines of 27, 10, and 5.
He's playing well.
In the first 5 games of the year. So if he can maintain that, it's going to be very tough to beat him to the most improved.
Yeah, well, that's our show for tonight, guys. If you liked it, please like this video and subscribe to our page. Thank you for joining me, Stelios.
It was a pleasure.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. 16 minutes, how do you feel about that?